Essay 3, writing about text, Jayce Dippel. I'm just a kid from Akron, Ohio, who stayed. For a teenager who grew up in the Akron area, there are many thought-provoking and easily relatable essays in David Giffel's book, The Hard Way on Purpose, Essay and Dispatches from the Rust Belt. One theme that is visited throughout and provides strong context and support is the city's cultural significance and identity. Ultimately, by understanding the stories shared, the reader will come away with an appreciation for the distinct flavor that Akron provides and the importance to those who stay here and call it home. Giffel's narration paints the picture of Akron's unique characteristics, including being the world headquarters for tire and rubber industry, famous sports and music icons, and other bragging rights. So much of the backbone germane to Akron is conveyed through his stories and illustrates the working-class, tough-minded people and mentality prevalent here. His words describe a place that has meaning and draws into view reasons why a hometown is something special. One with a unique personality such as Akron is even more special. Wrapped in Giffel's words are the theme of this unique and exclusive city and a demonstration as to why it matters to him and the rest of the world. In the essay, Working Hard or Hardly Working, Giffel's offers the statement either Akron was unusually culturally significant, special, or every other place had its own version of this and was equally culturally significant, which would mean that my place was not special at all. While the argument exists that any town has attributes that make it noteworthy, Akron is truly uncommon and exceptional in many ways. Giffords showcases this in his accounts and makes the authenticity of the city resonate through his rich narratives. The Rust Belt is not an easy place to live, but Akron supplies reasons to call this place home. Mention the history of the city and countless facts about industry, music, culture, and the people here easily flow and allow residents to puff their chests with pride. The individuality that Akron has is to be celebrated and relished in. Having numerous recognizable characteristics associated with a smaller city in the Midwest is awe-inspiring. Bona fide authenticity does not come without a price, and Giffords is able to illustrate Akron's relevance and weight when measured against any other location. For instance, the tire and rubber industry centered around Akron and brought undeniable cultural and prospering industrial significance. For decades, the major American tire companies, Goodyear, Firestone, B.F. Goodrich, and General, each had its world headquarters here, and each had scores of former workers who remembered shaking hands with the founders and figureheads. Many neighborhoods formed based on the growth of the rubber industry, and Akron thrived through worldwide notoriety and economic stimulation. Families who still call Akron home established early roots here based on the magnitude shared through the tire company's maturation. Earning the title as the rubber capital of the world and helping to put Akron on the map as somewhere, the muscle burned to earn this status in the hierarchy to be considered as somewhere allowed Akron relevance and the world noticed. The search for a brand and identity can take on many forms. Easily identifiable traits certainly touch the senses in different ways. One common thread is through music, and Akron has a bevy of homegrown talent to boast its relevance in this space. From local bars supporting different musical genres to the status of having the first punk rock club outside of New York City are just a scratch on the surface of how the city plays in a larger band of musical significance. Giffords differentiates the Akron music contributions at many points in his book, while paralleling his development and coming of age being intertwined in the local music offerings and lyrical messages. So much that locals who made it big embraced the city's influence to the point where a term had emerged in the international music press, the Akron sound, and it wasn't intended to be ironic. It stemmed from the large number of like-minded artists and musicians who had just recently departed Akron on their way to illogical mainstream success. Here it was. Akron had a sound all to its own, and the nation and world recognized it. It was a unique brand, and it centered around a small Midwestern city that fostered the growth of its own. It was relevant then and helped transform others who would follow an identity in the music world that nobody else could boast. The Akron sound was real, and Akron, Ohio was a place that mattered in music. Giffords' writing showcases his desire to establish roots in Akron. His career has been here, his family raised here, and that matters. The allure of going somewhere else and the draw to a place possibly representing a mirage of being better or more relevant never pulled him from here. To him, all good things that are Akron make this place special. The history speaks for itself. Hamburgers and ice cream and bowling and rock music and soapbox racers and Chuck Taylors and football and blimps. Children, why are you leaving here? And screams in his voice. Why would anyone leave with so much to offer and so much significance? One could argue two of the most important societal discoveries happened here with the hamburger and ice cream cone. Imagining that one place has both is extraordinary, but there is more, so much more. Growing up here and staying here defined Giffords the same way Derby Downs and soapbox derby racing helps define Akron. His personality is based on his experiences here, each unique and each meaningful. It is all about the people who stayed here and understand the genuine opportunities offered by being part of the city. It is Akron's rich history that lends itself to continual renovation and relevance, providing meaning to those who are here and anyone looking in from the outside. Perseverance through tough times is considered an admirable trait to exhibit. Both the writer and city showcased here are synonymous in that vein. For Giffords, clear efforts to not follow the easy path and blaze his own trail are an integral discovery with his essays. Akron is the same. The search for authenticity has seen the city virtually hit rock bottom through industrial decline, only to reinvent itself again. Throughout the transition, small slivers of hope from other pieces that made the city significant kept the reconstruction on track. While a reference to many struggling professional sports teams in the area, the mantra, "Give us something to root for, we'll take anything," can be tied directly to Giffords' spirit and that of Akron too. People here do not need much to spark them. Akron is the living and breathing case study that people here are optimistic, resourceful, and loyal. Small rays of sunshine and success drive the head down, mouth shut, and work hard mentality. Giffords never abandoned his hometown, and his hometown never abandoned him. Certainly, there were days where either could have, but in the end, like so many from here, each chose the other as partners. A front row seat to anything is typically the best real-life connection to what a viewer is watching with any sporting event or theatrical performance. In the case of a firm understanding of a place and its worth in relation to others, living it is like that from front row seat. With Giffords spending his entire life here, from formative years throughout present day, he has obtained a doctorate degree on all things Akron. His professional life could have taken him almost anywhere. A gifted writer with a penchant for connecting his audience is marketable across state lines and generations alike. While most of the essay content he shares is very specific to the city of Akron itself, some also have a regional flavor. Clear in those illustrations, however, is a very similar message regarding the importance of resilient mindset and blue-collar disposition. Sports teams are a theme throughout his discourse, foreshadowing his connection and admiration of the professional offerings in the neighboring Cleveland. To be from Akron and root for a Cleveland team requires an extra dose of fortitude. Many years of being so close have led to the psyche, but that's what we do best. We believe. We come by this honestly, because it's not for the failure that we know. It's something different, more complex, maybe worse. The feeling of almost winning. The feelings derived from the countless so close examples are heartbreaking. Akron in many ways was always on the brink of greatness too. From the global industry lost to musical geniuses and star sports figures who left, the need to push forward no matter the circumstance has led to new opportunities for reinvention. Those who have stayed embrace that as a way of life here. Snippets throughout each essay parallel the theme of Akron's authenticity. Giffords' approach and delivery shares an insider's point of view and his journey from a child coming of age through a decorated career, all in a place that has a special and distinct significance. He's lived and breathed the city's ups and downs and shares openly the experiences that have shaped him, why this place is unique, and why Akron matters to the rest of the world. Around here, there's a regional quirk. Every native of the Rust Belt has heard it. Whenever someone mentions they've moved from somewhere else, our involuntary response is why not in why would anyone do such a thing, but rather a genuine curiosity. We're used to people leaving. We're not used to people arriving. To be from here, a hometown he loves dearly, pushed Giffels to stay and raise his own family and professional career. A unique opportunity in a unique city with rich cultural significance. A solid blend of attitude and fortitude mixed with the love of this place has made it a home that matters to many who have stayed here. For Giffels, he tells the story for so many here that loved the city, and it has loved them back, almost as if the hard way on purpose was meant to be.